Welcome to the revolution. There's been a ton of controversy surrounding the Philadelphia Flyers and their defenseman Ivan Provorov. I think I'm saying that right. All right, for those of you who don't know, Provorov basically declined to go out during the warm-up skates before the game, where the team was being made to wear pride jerseys, like rainbow pride, gay pride jerseys, okay? Kind of a weird thing to have your team do in the first place. But the reason that he didn't do it wasn't because he hates gay people, right? The reason he didn't do it was because he's intolerant of other people, right? That's not the case. He came out and said that the reason that he didn't want to do it was because of his religious beliefs. When asked about his religious beliefs, he said that he was a Russian Orthodox Christian, okay? And they were just like pressing him at this news conference. And he's like, if you have any hockey questions, I'm happy to answer them, but I don't see the point in me continuing to answer these questions, right? Now, obviously, you guys know this. I'm a big proponent in the First Amendment, and that obviously includes the freedom of religion, right? That's kind of a big one in the United States here, right? The National Hockey League, the United States National Hockey League, right? It's a fundamental right. Now, often overlooked in today's world and undervalued in our society, but he has every right to live and practice his religion as he sees fit. He has every right to decline to wear a pride jersey if that's what he wants to do, right? And he did it so respectfully, like he didn't come out and condemn gay people and say that he didn't agree with it or the trans community. He didn't do any of that. All he said was, it's for my religious reasons, I don't feel like wearing it. And he was just getting torn to shreds. Right? He was getting condemned. People were calling for him to be punished and to be fined, right? A bunch of like crazy left news organizations were condemning him, saying that he should have even gotten like $1 million fine from the Flyers. And it's crazy. He has absolutely every right to make a personal decision based on his religious beliefs, and he should not be punished for that at all, right? It's important to note, right? Like I already said, he showed no ill will at all towards the gay community, towards the LGBTQ plus LMNOP community. All he said was he made a personal decision based on his religious beliefs. And he stated that he respects everybody. He didn't come out and condemn anybody at all, right? All he said was, it's just not my thing. I'm not going to go out there and promote that actively. And he shouldn't have to. He's not a show pony. He's an athlete. He's not an actor. He's not a brand ambassador. He got paid millions of dollars to go play hockey, not to go play political games for the Philadelphia Flyers organization, right? And what's funny about this is you see the reaction, and where nobody wants the NHL to be. The NHL the last 3 to 4 years has gotten extremely woke, right? I grew up playing hockey since I was 3 years old till I was 18. I did pretty good. I played AAA hockey in a very, very competitive area growing up. And, the hockey community was always generally right-leaning, I would say. It was generally in more higher income areas, which has an association there, but it was never used. The NHL was never used in the same way the NBA was being used. It was never used in the same way the NFL, even like with what's his name? All the football players, right, kneeling during the national anthem. That wasn't happening in the NHL, right? They weren't playing the political games. And recently, the NHL's Twitter is like, or for a while at least, I know it was like a pride flag in the background. Like, I saw something from the Babylon Bee that says if Ivan Provorov said that if he wanted to promote gay pride, he would have played soccer. It was like the greatest. The Babylon Bee does not miss. Not once. Almost everything they post is just unbelievable. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, his jersey sold out completely. Right, his number 9 jersey sold out on the online NHL shop and the Fanatic stores worldwide after he did this. Right, so it goes to show you that there are many, many people out there that share his beliefs and share the value of, share and believing the value of religious freedom and the right to personal choice. Right. Politics should stay out of sports. There's no reason for it. Athletes should absolutely not be punished for making personal decisions based on their political, religious, ideological beliefs, philosophical beliefs, none of it, right? And I'm quite proud of the community for standing up and showing that with their dollars, right? Nobody was, at least from that perspective, like maybe some media companies and stuff were calling for him to get fined, but as a consumer base, the hockey community rallied around him and obviously showed with their money that they don't care for your pride jerseys in warm-ups. You got the wrong guys, right? This is not the NFL. This is not the NBA, right? And apparently this isn't the, the World Cup of Soccer. Anyways, and as a reminder, the Supreme Court ruled 7-2, right? When you recall back in 2018, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the baker when it came to baking a cake for a gay couple around their religious beliefs. Supreme Court ruled 7-2 overwhelmingly in favor of the baker to express his political beliefs, even in a business context, right? And this isn't even for him a business context. If I promise you, it does not say that he has to wear gay pride jerseys in his warm-ups in his contract with the Philadelphia Flyers, right? I would be very, very surprised if that was the case, right? I'm pretty sure that's not what would have ended up being in his contract. The next time they sign somebody, it might be after this happened, although they'll lose out on the jersey sales, which would probably, they don't care about that. They care about looking woke to the companies who are buying advertisements from them, right? And that's the bigger problem with this. They're not even concerned about their base anymore. They're not concerned about what people want to consume, because I promise you, a vast majority of the NHL consumer base is not liberal. Majority of the players who grew up playing hockey, at least in the United States, are not liberal, right? You're not going to find an Antifa member on basically any of the NHL teams. You're not going to find somebody with a Black Lives Matter sticker on the back of their car. Like I said, on very, very few NHL players' cars, right? It's not a liberal sport per se. Definitely not as much as the NBA or the NFL, right? They're trying to make it that way so they can play ball with these big corporations who want them to, right? I don't know who owns the NHL at this point, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Disney. So anyways, I'm glad to see that was the outcome at least, right? I'm very happy to see that people spoke with their dollars and made this happen in this way where there was a positive outcome for him, right? I hope he got some royalties out of those jerseys at the very least.